Hi guys, this week for your grammar lesson, you're going to be looking at commas and introductory elements. Introductory elements are words, phrases, or clauses, which really means a complete thought, that appear before the main clause of the sentence. So some examples of introductory elements in sentences are during the high tide, mounds of seaweed washed up on the shore. The phrase during the high tide is the introductory element for the sentence. You then have your main clause, which is a sentence that could stand alone, that states mounds of seaweed washed up on the shore. So really, an introductory element just adds a little bit more to a complete sentence. It introduces it. Another important part of including an introductory element in your sentence is placing a comma after the element. The comma signals to your reader that the main part of the sentence or the main clause is going to follow. So you can see there, after, during the high tide, we have our comma. Okay, so there are three different types of introductory elements. The first one is just using a single word. The next type is phrases. And the third type is clauses. In the next few slides, we're going to look at some examples of each and really work to understand what each one of those means and looks like. So we're going to look at words first. When you use an introductory element that's a word, it's just a single word. They are often adverbs, but they can also be adjectives, interjections, or verbs. So an example would be, unfortunately, the city had to cancel the parade once it started to rain. The city had to cancel the parade once it started to rain could be a complete sentence, but I'm introducing that thought with the word unfortunately. Notice the comma that comes right after the word. Another example would be lately, Vincent has not been in the mood to paint. Lately is the word that is introducing the sentence, and we use a comma. Okay, the next type is a phrase. A phrase is a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate, but not both. It cannot stand alone, so it's not a complete thought. It's just a phrase. To stay in shape for the Olympics, the athletes must train every day. Okay, there you have the phrase to stay in shape for the Olympics, introducing the rest of the sentence. Notice the comma that comes after Olympics. Okay, another example is before the election. Mayor Berkeley campaigned all over the city. The phrase is before the election. Notice that's not a complete thought. It can't stand alone as a sentence. That's why it's a phrase. Okay. And the last type of introductory element is a clause. A clause is a group of words that do contain both a subject and a predicate. They can stand alone as a complete sentence if it needs to. So an example of a clause is after the movie ended, Sebastian ate dinner at the Italian restaurant. Another example is once the rain begins, the street vendors will pack up their goods. Okay.